Hey girl. Oh, my booty. My butt hurts. I started a program on here on the Everon, the rower, and it wasn't bad. I thought it was gonna be like, I thought I was gonna feel like I was like dying by the end of it, but I was okay. So theoretically, it'll just get harder. I like to just leave my shoes in there because they're kind of hard to get out. I think I'm gonna do some stretching, but I think I'm actually gonna do it out here. Actually, no, I probably will do it in here. Yeah. So I have the 2004 folded up my yoga pants situation going on right now because the sprinkler got me this morning. Girl, got me good. But I am going to come back in here and do stretches. I followed, dang, what's it called? David, stretching with David or Dave. Like, he's so stretchy, okay? I don't know how else to say it. He's a stretchy guy. I was going to show you before I go do that. This is my little corner. I'm not going to do like a, before and after kind of thing. You know what I mean? I'm just going to show you guys. So I bought the cabinets yesterday. So we're going to do like a double set here and then a pull out garbage can. And then it's going to go to the corner. And the corner is going to be a sink. And then it's going to be a 9-inch cabinet. And then it's going to be a little fridge. And so I'm going to insert some inspo photos here so you guys can see. But the cabinets I ordered, my cousin ordered, I'm just gonna call him Adrian, that's his name. Okay, so Adrian ordered them through his guy, and they're navy blue. And so then I think we're gonna do a white granite, maybe a quartz, but probably a granite, a white granite countertop. And so you can see this is the duct, and the ceiling's only 8 feet. So with the duct, like if you take out that chunk, it's only 7 feet right there. So that's really low. So we can't do uppers. I mean, we could, but I think it would be crowded because it's already such a tiny corner to begin with. So I think we're going to skip that. He's going to come up with something to put in front of these things or something. I don't know. It's such an awkward spot, you know, but I think we're just going to do a backsplash. And then I was thinking maybe glass shelves, and we'll do the gold. I don't know. What do you guys think? So one of them I see has a shiny black backsplash. This one, shiny black backsplash with gold hardware, super bright cabinet or super bright countertops, and navy cabinets. And I think that looks really cool, very different, but does it go down here? Do you know what I mean? With what I already have going. I don't have any metal color down here, so I don't think that's really an issue, but I don't know. And then alternatively, we have the navy one with the silver accents, and the backsplash is like blue. I don't know. You guys weigh in. But this is my sump pump. That's my shower. I think this weekend he's going to cut through. It's obviously cement underneath, because it's a basement, and he's going to have to connect to, it's boring. It's not that it's boring. It's just that I don't know what I'm talking about really. I just know that it could be easy one way and it might be real hard the other way. And either way, he's going to figure it out. So that's what we're going to start with. But the cabinets, I think, will be here next week. And then we're going to start kind of picking it out, designing and all that. So I'm pretty excited about it. Actually considering, and tell me if you think this is stupid, okay? Which is fine. So this will be like a little built-in kitchen, okay? Picture that, right? Just little sink, whatever. Right here, I had seen this picture forever ago of this person that had one of those freezers where the top moves. You know what I mean? Like when you go to like a paleteria, and they have, you know, the paletas inside of, or a gas station. I'm sure gas station has like ice creams inside of that clear top thing. I was thinking of putting one right there and literally doing like something like that, like paletas or something like that. Something that would keep for a while. But then I thought, I have zero desire to have all the little nieces and nephews and kitties eating paletas in my basement because it's carpeted and because this is unsealed, which means if something drips on it and I don't immediately pick it up, it stains it. It creates a ring, and that sucks. And I'm always like nervous about that. So when we have people over, if I'm not down here, I have to run down here and make sure it's being cleaned up, or the kids have to do it. So is it a good idea? I don't know. Probably not. But what else could I put right there? Because it's going to end up being this kind of blank space. And I know that the window's hideous, but it's a window well, and it's to get out in case there was a fire. So I wouldn't block the whole thing. I would still allow access to it, but I don't know. Anyway, we'll see how this all comes out, but this is our starting point, and I'm excited that we're actually getting moving on it. I was just thinking this morning that I've done a lot in the house, you know, like it definitely takes time. I have to put this on. I'm so tired. It definitely takes time, but I was thinking, I was like, you know, the first year I got the deck done, and that was a huge project. It's not that I did the project per se, but I had to pay for it, and very expensive. And just like mentally, it was a lot because there were a lot of choices. There was a lot going on. There was a lot to buy. And then we just, you know, we got like the built-in, we got the mudroom built in. We got Nala's bookcases built in. Those were from my brother. You know, obviously we painted. The whole house at this point has been painted with the exception of the laundry room, master bath, downstairs bath. Those will be painted because they look really bad now because of all the scuffs and everything. You know, we got all that done. And then the second year we started doing the basement, painted the basement, got the couches, did the little arcade room, got the TVs, got the table, yada yada. Started working on, you know, the workout area, which originally I was really gonna put money into it to flip that into a very usable, like visually appealing space. But the fact of the matter is, when I'm in there, I don't feel this ain't cute. I don't plan on filming entire videos in there. I had no plans for it. So it felt silly to put so much money into making something aesthetically cuter when really the vibe is grunge. You know what I mean? Like, updated a lot of the light fixtures, and you guys know I'm putting in lights and outlets and all that kind of stuff. And the shades, my God, the shades, they cost so much money. But finally, every single window in the house, with the exception of the beauty room, that one only has curtains, but every single other window in the house has officially been outfitted with blinds or shades and curtains. Are you kidding? Like, I knew that was a running joke back in the day about window treatments being so expensive. I didn't take it seriously. I did not take it seriously, and I should have. I don't regret them whatsoever, especially the ones that I got motorized. It's a game changer because they're so far apart and there's so many. The motorized ones, wonderful, but I wouldn't have done the whole house motorized because they're way too expensive. So anyway, I'm excited for the updates, and it does take time. And I would say that I'm still probably going pretty fast considering. You know, considering how long we've had the house. But I will just say that, like, if you are someone who moved into a home or had a new home built and you're just like itching to make it homey and everything else, like, it takes time. It takes time. And honestly, I'm enjoying the process. I enjoy every step of the way. So, like, getting the front landscaping finally done, that's amazing. That's awesome. I love it. Starting on outdoor stuff, love it. Putting in trees and bushes and roses and that, I love it. It's so much fun. It gives me something to do. Like, yes, I have a job and I work and I have family and everything, but I need something beyond that. I need something outside of my family and my job to focus on. And my home is a good thing to do. Keeps me up and out and thinking and moving and etc. Talk about good timing. I'm walking down the stairs as Lewis is pulling up to the house because we are about to go to Menards and go buy a lawnmower. He's like, do you think you can be ready by the time I get home? I said, maybe. Get off this phone. Let me go take a shower. Literally, though, perfect timing. I mean, I don't have anything in my face besides sunscreen, but that's okay. We always have time for a little spritz of perfume, though. A little perfume. At least I'm clean. At least my hair is combed. Can't ask for everything now. Got it. Got this nice Menards worker helping me out today. You know what I like about Menards? 11% back on everything. So we got a new trimmer. We have one, but it's electric, cordless, and they're just not that good. I mean, it's hot. They're just not that good. So we got a gas one, and then we got a new mower. We left our other mower at the other house, and then we used to just pay landscapers, but the prices are insane. Did I tell you guys $54 a week or $80 every 2 weeks? $54 weekly? Plus a little tip on top? Like, that's a lot. That feels like a lot for the, I don't know, we cut May to October pretty much. That feels like a lot. So we were like, well, it's just cheaper to do it this way. And Lewis isn't here. He likes doing the lawn. So I was like, cool. We're back in business. We once again are a lawnmower family. Jason has one, but like to go back and forth all the time, like we already share the edger. So now we have 2 edgers. So really he could probably have that one now. But we're gonna go to the pet supply store because I have a coupon and we never go together. Like, so I think that we're gonna go and stock up on cat food at Pet Supplies Plus because that way I can save some freaking money. Because man, cat food really runs you. Really runs you. Look at the little gerbils. Wait, are these hamsters? Gerbils? I don't know what they are, but they're cute. Stay cute, guys. Someone's gonna adopt you soon, y'all. You need a date with a brush, my friend. Show. Look at him. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, loves. Getting the cats lots and lots of food. Keeping them well fed. Well fed. Oh, maybe a new toy. Good morning, Pumpkin. I just got back from dropping the kids off. I gotta switch my shoes. I can't believe I even made it that far in with my outside shoes on. We're going to skip over the whole getting cute, putting our this together today because I don't feel like it. And instead, we're gonna go ahead and whip up a recipe this morning. I was flipping through these two books, which I really like a lot. So the Baking School book from King Arthur, which I've told you guys about, and then this Magnolia Table book, which is her latest book, volume thrice. I like the first two. I always love a new cookbook. I do cycle through them just to make sure I'm getting all of them. I have two of this one, so I have this one, and then I have that one right there. And that one's for my mom. So I'm gonna give it to her this Sunday, which this Sunday for us is Mother's Day. It's probably past that in your time. I have a sponsor video that I'm waiting for approval on, so if it wasn't that, you would actually see this before Mother's Day. I decided I wanted to try a recipe out of here because over the weekend I cut up a bunch of lemons and limes for some drinks and stuff, and I did end up using quite a bit of them. However, I ended up with this bag of already cut lemons, and then yesterday I picked up a bunch of blueberries, but before I even got out of the store, I mean, I was far away from the fruit, but I realized there were some moldy ones in there. So most of them are fine, but I don't want these sitting around in the fridge. So we're gonna go ahead and make a lemon blueberry bread. So the King Arthur book had it had blueberry muffins, and I was like, oh, I could try that. But we're not gonna try that today. We're gonna do the loaf instead because that's usually a little bit easier. Although, truth be told, I would rather make a muffin, but I wanna use the lemons. And this recipe is for a loaf, but I wonder if I can just put it in a muffin pan and it would do the same thing, right? Then it would be kind of easier for me to give it to my parents. So I'm gonna try to make this right now because they're coming over this morning to lay out the marble rocks, like the whatever they're called, like marble slab, whatever, they're just rocks. They're coming over to lay them outside in the garden bed. So that should be our final thing. Me and Louis spent a bunch of time outside. It was mostly him, but I was like trying to edge and be helpful and sweep and stuff because our like forest of a yard has not been taken care of, and it should not be that hard ever again because it will not get that long again until next year. But this is the recipe we are going to do. And I have a question, right? So I've had comments in the past where like if I use a cookbook and I show you guys a recipe, then I have people like telling me that's wrong because they should have to buy the recipe because like someone didn't post this on their blog or on their Pinterest, etc. And so they're like, you know, you're not supposed to do that. You're literally like, but here's my view of it is that I'm not showing you and photocopying every recipe and sending it to you in a PDF. I am showing you a recipe, making it, showing you the ease or difficulty level, telling you what I thought of it in terms of how it tastes, how my family liked it, etc. And then I'm either enticing you potentially to buy this book so that you can try more recipes like that because it was appealing to you, or you are saying, you know what? I don't think that's the one for me, and you're not enticed to try this book out. You know what I'm saying? That's my viewpoint on it, but I have over the years always had comments, and so I'm usually kind of like, I won't really show you guys the full-on recipe, but I'm gonna go ahead and show you a recipe right here so that you can screenshot it should you enjoy it and you wanna try to make it on your own, and then decide whether or not you wanna buy this $28, $30 cookbook, okay? I'm gonna do it sideways so you can turn your phone and screenshot if you really want to. And now that you've seen that, I'm gonna go ahead and whip these up real quick. It looks like it's a pretty easy recipe, $3.75. That's always my first step. And I don't think it needed any softened butter or anything. I read it this morning. No, it wants melted butter, so that's easy peasy. It does want room temperature eggs. Can't do it. And I do not have a cup of sour cream. I have like a half a cup of sour cream, so I'm not sure what I'm gonna do for that one. I do really wanna find a local farmer. Maybe today me and my mom will go out and look at, I'm surrounded by farmland. So hopefully I can find a farmer nearby that does like eggs, and I don't know, maybe they'll do other stuff. Maybe they'll have like fruits or veggies or something later on in the season, and we can buy that there as well. Anyway, I'm gonna whip this up lickety splickety. I don't think I'm gonna do like a time lapse. It's not gonna take me very long. Just put it in the oven. It's like to the absolute tippy top of that pan, so that could be bad. But the real question here is gonna be not does it taste good, but is it worth these dishes, girl? That's a lot of dishes. Multiple, 4 bowls. That's a lot of dishes. I love a good slow morning, and I'm gonna just do these dishes while that bakes, make my coffee. My computer was dead, so I have it charging, and then I'll like get to work and check emails and edit and do all that. So I don't mind doing the dishes, but just FYI, it's a lot. I don't even know. It's been hours. I put that thing in at 9. It's 12 o'clock now. Lived a whole life. Went to Home Depot, got a bunch of the rocks. Oh, I can't wait to show you guys the update. You want to see the bread? So a bunch of it had come out and gone over, but then it cooked on the side, so I was able to try it before it was like done. So here she is. I know. She's looking a little brown and toasty in there. Her little crumble on top. It's pretty cooled. I'm gonna flip it out. Well, see, that's the thing. Like, she says take it out of the pan, I think, but like, girl, how? The whole top is gonna like fall off. So we'll see. I was just outside. One of my little cucumber plants. I had bought like a pot for like $5, and I had 2 like stems in there, and one of them didn't survive being planted. So I went to go replace it because I really want cucumbers. And so I was just planting that and watering and cutting down. Hi, Big Papa. And cutting down the straw that I had out there. Before I walk outside, still listening to the bell jar. Before I go outside, I actually just made a liquid IV, but I need a little bit more water. I realize I think I'm just like generally not hydrated enough, and even though I drink, this is the 40 ounce, so I drink at least 2 of these. Usually I can go over that, 2.5, let's say, so like 100 ounces ish of water a day. And then I usually have 1 coffee a day. Normally, especially in the summertime, I have a tendency to drink a little bit less. It's not enough, you know? Like I feel, I don't feel hydrated enough still. So I'm gonna add a little bit more water to this and take this outside with us. I would have taken the glass, but I don't really like taking glass outside. Just FYI, this is the one I've been drinking. It's the regular hydration one, not like an energy one, and it's the watermelon flavor. I really like this flavor. The first piece of this loaf is impossible to get out. This is hideous. Good morning, girl. What's up? So today is rainy and ugly outside. I think it's supposed to rain all day, which, like, fingers crossed it rains all day because I put some seed and stuff down yesterday. And, you know, if God wants to do it for free and I ain't got to run these freaking water companies a check, then all the better. I'm going to do my feet. I was going to go get a pedicure because the dogs are barking, but I'm just trying to, I don't know, I'm trying to save money where I can. So I want to just do it at home, and pedicures are like easier for me, especially because I have like the foot masks and stuff like that. So I'm gonna try to do that at home today. And my nails, remember, I took the acrylics off and then I just put a polish on. But I've had acrylics on for a very long time. I don't remember the last time I didn't have acrylics. And my nails are so brittle, so beaten up, and they're ripping. You know, the ripping stage where so yesterday I like ripped my thumbnail down, and then last night I ripped my middle finger down, and bro, both of them are like, they have their own little heartbeats. They hurt so bad. So I need a few days for them to grow out. They're so red and bloody. It's gross. But all that to say, I have a couple of little errands I do need to run, but I think I can wait because I really need to get like a nail hardener, nail strengthener. Or if you guys have any great ideas or any recommendations on like how to toughen up your natural nail, kind of, you know, expeditiously, because they're really bad, and I know that if it keeps hurting and they keep all doing this, and they're very low, so it's not like, you know, they're too long, then I know that I'm gonna end up going to the salon and just getting gels or something. But I really don't want to. I really want to work on my natural nails. But yeah, if you have any recommendations, holler at your girl. So I have a couple of things to do. I have the house all to myself all day pretty much until the kids get off school. I think I'm going to take Nala to the batting cages, and that's it. Like, those are my plans for the day. I mean, I have work stuff, of course, but I think I'm going to Cricket Nala's stuff because her first game is tomorrow. And she wears a face mask because she's in softball. I don't know why the boys don't have to wear that. And then she has 2 bats. She only uses one, but she uses this Easton one, which is a very popular bat amongst the softball teams. So I want to put her name on it. And then this is Nala's hat. She does have a number and her team has a name. Oh, I wonder if I have any spare stuff because I could totally make her up a logo with a team name and make that too. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to Cricut her name onto all of this stuff. Hopefully the ring kicks back on. Oh, first of all, I bought these. They're pretty, right? These were the only ones that actually had the green part also have the pink part, if you know what I'm saying. Like, this is pink. The other ones were all white and green, and so I like searched and searched and searched, and then I finally found 2 that had the green and the pink, which I just think is so cute. I got the planters on Amazon, and then I got these at Home Depot. They are self-watering, so you can, you know, overwater them a little bit, and then they'll kind of do their thing. But they're so cute. I don't know what kind of plants these are, but they were 30 bucks each, in case you're curious what Home Depot charges. So here it is. What do you think? It's just, I love it. I'm obsessed. He did such a good job. And then over here we have one that's going to look like a Christmas tree. Over there we just did the sod, which you can't really see. The sod's kind of dying, but we can bring it back to life. But dude, doesn't this look like so much better? This side is like really, it's doing things. I mean, I got to tend to the hose, but it's so nice. And that's the side I drive up from. So I'm very, very, very excited. I love it. Little daisies. Those are going to be so cute. I sat down with my breakfast, which is water, but it has liquid IV in it. This is a passion fruit flavor. I bought a pack of it 2 days ago. 3 days ago? 2 or 3 days ago. And there's like barely any left. I'm like, dang, children, y'all need to chill. This one's fine, but the watermelon one is better. This is passion fruit. The watermelon one is better. I know they sell them at Costco, so I might make a Costco run because if the kids are going to be like, you know, they like them or whatever, if they have one a day between the 3 of us, that's going to add up real quick because those things are not cheap. And then today's breakfast, we're doing watermelon and some of that lemon blueberry loaf we made yesterday. I don't remember if I showed you guys the end of it because then stuff started happening and I was getting phone calls and like the stuff was going on. But I ended up taking a couple of slices for my parents. The kids tried it. They liked it. Nala didn't love it, but she doesn't like blueberries. But I think it's so good. I'm like really happy with that recipe. I'm definitely going to try another recipe today. Not sure what it's going to be yet. I'm going to get my work done and then I'm going to see what I can whip up. But definitely going to try something else today because this lemon blueberry loaf with the little crumbly on top, although it was way too much for the pan I used. So I would maybe next time just do it in one of those 8x8 pans like I do the banana bread. That way it would be a little bit lower and we could make the pieces a little bit smaller and they would be more like squared versus these like dense rectangular loaf slices like the kind you get at like Starbucks and stuff. Like these will be a little bit different. Oh, and I want to make a freezer margarita. Not for me, but for when Solomon like comes over and he's always down for like a little something after he's done working. So maybe he'll be my little taste tester on that. Not today because it's ugly out and he's already done, but for the future, then I can just have they're called like freezer door margaritas where you can just keep it in the freezer. So I would like to do that as well. Nala's messaging me about she had to take a placement test for school to see if she could get into, to see if she could skip over, hold on, she's going to be in 7th grade. So she does 8th grade math and 7th grade. So she just took a placement test to see if she could skip right up to 9th grade math. And she just messaged me and said, Mom, it was really easy. I think I'm going to get it. So she's excited. But there's her name on the back of the helmet. And I know people typically do last names, but she's not a huge fan of her last name. So since her first name is not very common, I was like, cool, whatever, we'll do your first name. So boom, baby. came out, you know, cute, whatever. This is the batch she uses, so I didn't think it needed to be like super in her face. And then this one has no black on it, so it's very in your face, but whatever. Time for computer work. So I think this angle is horrible and whoops. But I think that I'm gonna buy one of those lunch boxes. Have you guys seen them? Or not? They're the ones that like heat up. I know Amazon has a bunch of different versions of them. But I don't want to like spend $60 on one on Amazon and then like it doesn't do what it needs to do. Do you know what I mean? And then I end up having to buy the other one anyway. But then at the same time, I'm like, should I try it? But then like, is I really trying it? If I get like a, you know, a different version that might not have the same functionalities, I don't know. But they're the Lunchbox where it heats up by itself. It's like battery powered. And so you can charge it and then you put whatever, and it's like in a stainless steel container. And that way it heats it. And then there's like a separate compartment, like in the lunch bag, and you can still put cold stuff in there and whatever. So I think I'm gonna get one. Jay's like begging me for one because he's like, I really want that. I want to be able to have warm food because they're just doing not a great job taking their own lunches lately. And I know school's almost over, but it's gonna start again in the fall, or in the summer, at the end of the summer, you know. So it's not like they're not going to go to school. It's not like this thing is going to expire in the next 3 months. So I'm on the fence. It's $200. That's why I'm on the fence, because it's not a cheap lunchbox by any means, but it would mean that he could take more nutritious lunches. My kids do not like eating like just cold, like regular cold lunch food, like salads and sandwiches, and they don't do it. And I'm like, whatever, you know what I mean? Like, this is not the hill I'm willing to die on. You gotta eat a sandwich. Like, that's not it for me. So I think I'm gonna order one. And I know they have like a 30-day like money back situation in case you really hate it, and I'm gonna like try it and give it a go and see how we think, and you know, do really cold food and do warm food and do whatever, because I'm interested to know, like, if you put food in there and it was cold and you're not gonna eat for the next 8 hours, what is it doing in the meantime before it starts heating up? It's just sitting there for 7 hours? Or no, like, what is it doing in the interim? That's what I'm interested to know. So I'm gonna test this out, guys, and I will come back with a review for you. So this is the Lunchies Lunchbox. This I purchased for Jaden. You see, it's blue as well. That's why I got tripped up. But this is smaller than I thought. That's good. In my brain, it was gonna be massive. Set the clock, and then it'll heat it up. The only reason I got this is because my kids are so particular with their lunches. And they don't eat regular stuff most of the time. And so, I don't know, I was like, will you eat hot food? Like, will you eat leftover dinner? And Jaden was like, yes. And then he like begged for this thing, and well, here we are. Okay, I'll just give you a better look at it. Go ahead and take it off. So the reason I got it isn't because the kids are particular, like whatever, eat what you want to eat. But it made it so much harder for him to want to eat, especially Jay. He's the one who's most interested. He likes dinner. He likes vegetables and meats and stuff. And he likes, you know, good hot meals. But the thermoses weren't working, or they were too small, or, it'd get kind of funky. So I'm hoping this will be a good alternative. But you just sit it in there. This whole thing heats up. So when it's time for him to have lunch, he'll just like have this whole thing with him. The lunchbox is actually not that big. And then it has a little thing in the back so that you can easily charge it. Obviously, you would keep the food in the container that looks like this. Keep it in the fridge or whatever until you're ready. Set the time, and it'll start heating like 2 hours before his lunchtime at school. Or wherever we happen to be. And then he can put more stuff up top. So utensils, ice packs, whatever else he's going to eat. He can just put it on top. The lunchbox like a week or so ago, and Jaden's been taking it to school and having every day. He's having like rice out of the pantry, so it's not cold, and then like he's taken pot stickers the last few days, and they were frozen. So I did microwave them for like 20 seconds just to kind of thaw them out a little bit. How has it been? Is it like what would you
sneeze? Oh, no, I'm good.
Would you say it's hot or warm?
It's hot. Like, I burnt myself.
Sick. I mean, you know, it's sick that it's hot.
It gets up to like 200 and above, like 230, I think.
And so he's just setting it for his lunchtime, and then it turns on 2 hours prior. And of course, we don't have it with us. We're at Nala's Girl Scout meeting right now, but it has been about a week of us using it, and we like it, I guess. We tried it before he took it just to make sure it was all good to go. I think it's good. He'll probably use it too while we're doing games and stuff for Nala. And then I told my parents, I was like they're gonna go on a road trip. I'm like, take this, you know what I mean? Like, take it so that you guys can just have something in a cooler in the car, right? Because they make lunches and dinners and all that kind of stuff at home. They always make too much. I'm like, you keep that in the cooler. You can take that on a road trip, and then you don't have to like stop and eat, you know, fast food all the time. You can just heat it up in the car. It's easy peasy. Plus, Solomon has a truck, and so they have like a full-on outlet in there. I'm sure a lot of you guys have cars like that too, but I don't. So we got to charge ours at the house. But anyway, yeah. I mean, is it worth $200? I don't know. It did come with a nice bag, and I got the utensils and et cetera, but I don't know if it's like worth the price at this point because I haven't had it that long. And that is the end of today's vlog. I have a few more in the works here where we have a little bit more activity. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one, and I'll link anything I happen to show or mention. Also, I know those were guinea pigs. They were not hamsters or gerbils, right? They were guinea pigs. See, hindsight. It's potentially 2020. I'm not 100% sure.